Hi Aries, I am here to do your reading for you. So let's get you an overall energy for this time frame. And remember, only take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. Okay? Beautiful energy. You have the Nine of Earth. Enjoying the fruits of your labors. Hard work has led to a luxurious life. Buying yourself something special, happily and successfully self-employed, and or enjoying your solitude. It's a very nice energy. Full of Pentacles. All right, and let's see what other energies you're going to have with you. Recognition and reward. Beautiful. Another beautiful energy. Okay. Let's get a spirit animal oracle. You have the Panther Spirit. Reclaim your power. That's a kind of an interesting one to come out next to recognition and reward and your overall energy, I'd say. Okay, one more. Whoa, this one just flipped out. We had a jumper. And this is chaos and conflict. Well, it's kind of interesting. These two look like they kind of go together. And these two kind of look like they go together. But the four don't look like they mesh so well. So maybe there's more than one thing going on here. We'll have to wait and see. Okay. Let's take some cards. And if you like this reading, I would really... Whoa, we had one jump out. I would really appreciate it if you would give it a like, share, subscribe. It will all help the channel to grow. And would be much appreciated. Okay, so here you have the Five of Wands. And that is typically referring to fighting, sparring, not in a happy way. It is an energy of instability and crisis, typically. That's a number 5, what that means. Now, it does not have to be that. It could be, depending on the rest of the cards, it could be more about training. You know, if you go by, if it were on this side, I'd say, yeah, training. On this side, it's falling right under chaos and conflict. So, without seeing the rest of the cards, I would go with the chaos, or the fighting, but we'll have to wait and see. The Lovers. Okay. At one time, the Lovers used to be called the Choice card, but it got changed to the Lovers. And the Lovers talks about having a choice to make of the highest moral grounds, okay? You have a beautiful, soul-honored connection with somebody, and you've successfully integrated your two forces together to make a unified whole, which is wonderful. However, you face a choice. So, we'll have to wait and see. This one jumped out. Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is all about love. Knights are the hardest working cards in the deck. And the Knight of Cups is all about the love. They typically are romantic, charming, and they're in love with love. You thrive on all things beautiful and are inspired by the many creative outlets that are available to you. But it is sitting right next to the Lover's card too, where there's a choice that probably needs to be made. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which I find really, really interesting because the Queen of Pentacles is an energy that can divide her time beautifully. She makes lots of pentacles. And she also has figured out how to divide her time perfectly, so she spends the perfect amount of family time as well. So she has both. And if you have ever been a working parent, you know how challenging that can be. But she does it wonderfully. So here she is, very wealthy, very pentacle oriented. And she's sitting right next to your energy, which is one of being very content with your abundance. But she also, like I said, divides her time perfectly with her, between work and family. So we need to go a little bit deeper to see if this is a whole story or if there's a few different things going on here. So far, to me, it looks like there might be a few different things, but won't know yet. Okay, so going a little bit deeper here. The Queen of Cups. Okay. The Queen of Cups is an absolutely beautiful energy. She is all about the heart. And she is takes on like the mother archetype. What you would typically think of as a mother. That is her. Very loving, caring. She's there for you. She wants to help. And her heart is totally involved. Okay. So you have the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. You also have the Queen of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning. And it is one that is filled with happiness, joy, and love. Okay. Let's get one more card and see where it takes us. All right. We have the Two of Cups. This whole bottom row is cups. Now, the Two of Cups is different from the Lovers in that it is about having a connection with someone, a very deep connection. Could be a partnership, but it's based on shared values, compassion, and unconditional love. You see the divine in others. Nurture these new relationships as they hold potential for the future. Okay, so this could be romantic, but it could also be like a work colleague or something. You see how they're dressed totally different? That's, kind of like, it could be opposites. This is really whimsical, this is really traditional, but it is saying it's an important connection, a soul-honored one that's very valuable to you. But I do find it interesting that even though one is about a romantic partnership, this one does not have to be, but it can be. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Wands, which talks about going off into battle and coming back victorious. Okay? And you see all these vertical wands back here. These are people holding those wands or cheering you on. Whatever it is, whatever battle it was that you have come back from and are victorious, these people are on your side. They are cheering you on. They think this is a wonderful thing. You can see here you have a victory wreath, and you're even wearing one on your head. Okay? But whatever it is, you've come back victorious. And so let's see if we can figure this out a little bit. Let's take a look at your energy again. Enjoying the fruits of your labors, hard work that has led to a luxurious lifestyle, buying yourself something special, happily and successfully self-employed, enjoying your solitude. Well, I must say, your energy is quite a bit different than a lot of this. This queen, like I've previously mentioned, has figured out how to perfectly divide her time between her pentacles and her family, to have both of them extremely satisfied. This Knight of Cups is all about love. Here are lovers, and here you are, solitude, just one. And now this, not so much. This is all about the heart. This is a new start. Here, two people that have a very soul-honored commitment towards each other. Okay? So a lot of these cards, I'd say, really don't mesh well with this when it comes to the solitude part. When it comes to the pentacle part, yeah, you've got a good one here. And like I said, back in here, it looks very divided. Here to the left looks different than from here to the right. So let's look up the meaning of some of these and see what we can find out. Let's start with the one on the far end, the chaos and conflict, number 33. By the way, 3, 3, 3, and threes are about creating and connecting. Okay? And you also have 44. So you have two numbers that are in doubles, 33 and 44. And also it's just two, but they're in sequence, sort of like 33, 44, 55, that sort of thing. And fours are stability and security. Okay, so let me look up chaos and conflict. Opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well, as you become unmoored by it. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need, and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Yet every storm passes, and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take a shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than be understood. Okay, well, if you look at the card right below that, the Five of Wands, that could be easily addressing that. All right, now let's look up the Panther spirit. I don't typically look up the spirit animal cards because they're really usually pretty self-explanatory, right on point. But because this isn't that clear, maybe we should take a quick look at it. Okay? So here we go. It takes courage to face challenges, and right now, Panther Spirit is here to say that you are braver than you think. Now is the time to take a risk and step into a different aspect of your being. Speak as you have never spoken before. Act as you have always dreamed you might have the courage to act. Love fearlessly and fully, and expect to feel the adrenaline rush as you are initiated into a new, braver, bolder self. Panther Spirit says the time for dreaming about what you want to do is giving way to that first courageous act towards reclaiming your Panther Spirit and power. Your new identity may feel strange at first, but you have what it takes, and your soul wants this. Be bold. Wow, okay. It looks like there's many changes. Okay, now we will look up recognition and reward. Recognition and reward. A reward for a job well done is what this card represents. It's a time of recognition for a completed project, hard work, skill, expertise, and craftsmanship. These abilities are now being honored, but don't forget to also pay homage to yourself. Pat yourself on the back. You deserve it. This card also comes forth to represent a family or a group of people coming together, all of whom are aiming and striving toward a common goal. Accept the help that's being offered. More possibilities are in the works, so be sure to lay a solid foundation from your past achievements, and this will help you to be ready for the next opportunity. In addition, this card is a reminder to take care of your physical body. After all, it's what carries your soul around in this material world. Okay, there's a lot going on here. A lot. So, what can we make of this? Okay, here you are in your solitude. Happily in your solitude. Recognition and reward. Reclaim your power. Chaos and conflict. And you have a fair amount of cards here that I would say aren't meshing with this too well. So it must mean that you are going through changes. Okay? And here you're having a new start. It's a new start of love, which has lots of happiness and joy in it. Maybe you're not going to be in solitude for a long time, or for very long. I'm not saying it's romantic. Maybe it is. But I'm saying I think you are definitely changing. Something in your life is altering. Maybe you're deciding that solitude is not the way for you to go. And I do think it's possible there's a few different things going on here, but you would probably know a lot better than I would. But it looks like you might be including somebody else in your life, whether it be friends, a romantic partner, or just including people in your life, with love. Like here we have the Queen of Cups energy, the very motherly energy. So it could be any of the above. But now with the chaos and conflict, it talks about enjoying your solitude. Maybe there, in the past, has been some conflict that would include that part of this. It's talking about being understanding instead of being understood. So maybe you are changing at least part of your thought processes or how you believe to include others in some fashion. I think there might be something with that going on here. But it also says pat yourself on the back for a job well done. So maybe this is after you work through all of this and you're successful at including others in your life. When you live a life of solitude and happily, getting out of that energy, even a little, is not always an easy thing to do, So maybe it is referring to something like that. I think there is a lot going on here. I know you're coming back victorious. I think these two go together quite well. Maybe you're learning how to divide your time in such a way that you include others in it. And you're going to try to be more understanding instead of expecting people to understand you. Not that that's wrong, because people should try to understand you. But, on the opposite side of the coin, you should try to understand them as well. And now the Panther spirit, it refers to how it takes courage to face challenges. And it talks about you being braver than you think you are. Speak as you have never spoken before, and have always dreamed you might have the courage to act, love fearlessly and fully. So, maybe it is possible. It is one thing. I'm not sure. Like I said, you would know or will know. But it looks, like I said, you are changing in some fashion that is going to include others in your life more than you've done so in the past. And there will be love. You will be victorious. And this chaos and conflict, like I said, these two go together. If you notice, there is no card in this group that's negative, other than potentially this one. And it falls right under there. And it talks about you being more understanding. And this one is, you being more powerful, understanding your power, accepting your power, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think this is talking about how you are going to include others in your life in a loving way, and you're going to try to be more understanding, and you are going to find a way to divide up your time better so you can include them. And you will be victorious. This is really an interesting reading, because almost all the readings I've had lately, say for the last few weeks, have all been very transformative in a different way. It's been more dramatic or more life-altering. Not saying this isn't, because this is. especially if you've been solitary for a long time. But this is more subtle, which I find very, very interesting. But yeah, okay. So if you do go forward with this, and remember, these are energies the way they are at the moment. If you change something, you have the potential to change these energies. So what stands today could potentially be different tomorrow, right? But if you do go forward with this new start and you include others in your life, it might be an adjustment of sorts, but I can tell you, having people that love you is absolutely wonderful. And being able to love others is absolutely, absolutely wonderful. You know, so it's worth giving it a try. It is. Okay, let's see what the universe would like to add to this. Very, very interesting reading. I have no idea what to title this. I'll have to work on that. Okay, your first card is a Page of Wands. And I would say that if you are going forward with this change that includes others in your life in a loving way, you might very well be taking on a page energy. There's students of sorts. You know, they're learning. And if you are not used to having this kind of a relationship with others, it would be something that you would be learning to do. The Page of Wands is learning how to trust their power and use it wisely, which I could see how that would fit in perfectly here, because you right now are living a luxurious lifestyle, right? So you don't have to, if you don't want to, alter anything. But if you're choosing to go down this path, you would need to learn how to adjust your, I don't know about beliefs, but how you behave, how you treat others, etc. I'm not saying that for sure. I'm saying that's a possibility, but you would need adjustment time. So you could very well be taking on a page energy during that time, because it would be a whole different lifestyle. Okay, let's see what else we have. Yeah, I find this fascinating. Queen of Swords. Okay. The Queen of Swords is all about the truth. And she does not want to deal with all the niceties and the decorum and the etiquette, things like that. She just wants the truth. That's her deal. She's determined, resilient, and smart. The Queen of Wands will not tolerate lies. She wants to get straight to the point. And there is potential that that's the kind of energy you have been carrying with you. And it's, you know, it all depends on the person, right? But wanting the truth is a wonderful thing. But maybe you're trying to alter this a little bit to soften a little bit. Huh. Or, you know, it's always possible that this isn't you, that it's somebody else that you know. It could be another energy that's closely related to you. Okay, let's see. All right. We have the Six of Swords. That's kind of painting a slightly different picture. What that is saying to me is this energy where you are now is not serving you. Maybe you are not happy in it. You know, at the bottom here it says enjoying your solitude. Maybe you were. Maybe you're not any longer. Maybe you've reached a point in your life where you want others in your life. Because this card right here, the very last one out, what it says is you are leaving what no longer serves you and going to a place that does serve you, where your happiness is going to be. You're going to a place where you will be happy because you're not happy where you are. Okay? So this kind of paints a picture here, especially these two, because I could see this potentially, like I said, being at least partially your energy. And maybe you don't feel fulfilled in it. You want people in your life. You want to be understanding. You want to be loving. Very interesting. But that's what I have for you. Being in solitude has a lot of merit. There's a lot of really nice things that can come with that. But also, people aren't meant to be an island. You know, they're meant to be around others and share their emotions and love and time. So maybe you're reaching a point where that is something that you want, because this is a new start, and then it's a new start of love. And here, your last card is you're no longer being served where you are, so you're moving on. Okay, well, thank you, and I hope this resonated with you some. We haven't gotten a charm. Gotta have a charm. What's it say? Love. It's beautiful. Put it here with these cups. Yeah. Maybe you want more love in your life. Okay. Bye. Have a great time. Talk to you again soon.